Welcome to the Dr. Duncan Show. I'm your host, Dr. Duncan. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about auto accident injuries because a lot of people don't understand that when they get involved in an accident, there are consequences that follow. And I think that it is so important today to enlighten each one of us in our show today so that you know the next time you get involved in an accident, what are your rights and what you need to do. One of the things that people don't understand is that when people talk about auto accident injuries, they think about you have to have a broken leg or broken neck or broken knee or things like that nature to really to have sustained injuries. But I think today's show is going to give you a better understanding of what really is involved in an auto accident injury so that you don't wait a leg to break or a neck to break, then you claim you have been involved in an auto accident that caused injuries. And so with that knowledge, first of all, I'm going to kind of narrate a little bit about what are the dynamics of injuries that are involved in an auto accident. Number one is when we talk about an auto accident, could be a car, or you might be driving a car or being a passenger in a car, or you might be even in a bicycle or in a motorbike, or you might be even in a truck. All these things can be part of those injuries we are claiming as auto injuries or injuries caused because you were involved in an accident. And so, for example, if we take one of these and say that you are the driver of a car and somebody hits you from behind, the dynamics that happen is if you are hit from behind and your car was driving, even if it's 10 miles or 15 miles or 70 miles an hour, there's what we call acceleration that is pushed, that is involved in your car. So if you're driving at 50 miles or 15 miles an hour, and you are hit from behind, your car accelerates at least more than about 10 miles. It could go more than 10 miles than the normal speed you are driving in. And actually what happens is when that happens, instead your car just moving that 10 or 15 miles faster, your body is set in a motion that accelerates your body from where you are seated to that kind of a speed which pushes you forward. And this happens such fast that you might not even realize actually how fast this takes place. And so a lot of times people, when that happens, they get up after the accident and they check themselves and find out that there is no broken leg or broken hand or broken neck, and they keep on doing what they were doing. But I want to make sure that you understand that just that accident that happened in such a short time can really cost a lot of things and a lot of your health as the years come by. And the reason I'm saying that is because people don't understand when your body is shaken that fast, there are several things that happen. Number one, your joints are pushed to an extent or beyond the normal limit of range of motion. When the joints are moved faster than the normal range of motion, which is so traumatic and so dramatic, what happens is the body builds what we call a stress. The stress that builds in the body, in the joints, in the muscles, in the ligaments, and even in the bones themselves. And so when that stress is built up in those systems, the body system says lock up or lock the joints because it's been moved beyond where it's supposed to be. And so the body says, I'm going to lock the joint at that level and I'm going to just stay there. And what we are finding out actually as we look at these issues where people are being injured in an accident, we are finding that after 10 years, after 5 years, we find people developing what we call chronic pain. And the chronic pain is more discogenic, basically meaning it's coming from the disc. And the reason of it is because they were involved in an accident, but then nobody really paid attention to the dynamics of the injuries that happened. 99% of folks, when they get involved in an accident, they might go to the ER, and the ER, they do some x-rays or might do some CAT scans, and they send them home. And they tell them to follow up with their doctors. But a lot of people, because they were given pain medication, they take the pain medication and they don't really follow through with their doctors, because they take the medication takes the pain away, but they don't understand that the cause of the problem, which has been caused by the accident, has not been addressed for this accident. And so in the next 5 to 10 years, even longer time, what we find out is that we find people have developed what we call arthritis of the spine, where the disc spaces have become smaller. And now at that point, actually, they are suffering from issues involving the nerves, because when the space between the discs gets smaller, what happens is actually the nerves are under pressure, or they are pinched. You know, the very common name that we all understand is the nerves are pinched. And what we mean by a nerve being pinched is basically the pressure as is touching the nerve, and so the nerve is not able to function better. When that happens, then people develop what we call pain, and sometimes we see symptoms which involve basically shooting pain going down the legs, going down the arms, and a lot of people are very familiar with the word sciatica. A lot of these pains, actually, I get to see a lot of patients every day, and they say to me, I don't understand, I just was at home and I was driving my car, and all of a sudden I just started having pain shooting down the legs, and I couldn't get up, I couldn't do anything. And they wonder, why would that happen? Because they never had any pain like that before. But this is the deal. When we do their cases and we evaluate the causes of the pain, because that's what our practice really specializes in, we don't want to go there and just treat you. No, we want to go there and find the reason why you're having that pain. And one of the things we do to make that happen is we do what we call digital x-rays. And what is that about digital x-rays? I know a lot of you know that in the last few years, basically x-rays have been these thick films that you put in a light and you see the films and all that stuff. But right at this moment, I think technology has improved and advanced so well that now we can do digital x-rays. And what is it about these digital x-rays? The good thing about it is that you can change contrast. You know, right in our office, we can change contrast and see differently, different contrast of different, bone, the way they have been shifted. We can see the way the nerve pressure is, and we can be able to see definitely some of these injuries that are being caused because of the accidents. And so, coming back to where we were, basically talking about the auto accidents, all I want our audience to know today is very, very important. Number one, when you get involved in an accident, what are my recommendations as the physician? Number one is I'm going to want you to go to the ER. There is nothing wrong going to the ER. Why is that important? Because when you are involved in an accident, you can even have something broken. But actually, because the body releases physiologically what we call adrenaline. And what the adrenaline does, it goes all over the body when you are involved in an accident. And what does it do? It shuts down the pain pathways in the body. And that's good, because you don't want to get involved in an accident and you can't wake up or you can't do anything. No, that's a good way of the body reacting to our body so that you are able to get help. Because think about it in a situation where you get involved in an accident, and when the accident happens like this, you are not able to drive, or you can't even be able to walk. Some scenarios are like that. But I think the way our systems have been defined or designed, they are designed in such a way that we are given time, and the time when the adrenaline kicks in, it takes about 3 to 4 days before really it wears off. And during that time, actually, people might not complain of pain. People might not even think they were really injured until after those days when adrenaline wears down. Then you have the pain pathways opened up, and then people start having pains like headaches. started having dizziness. They might even have some lightheadedness. They might even have pains in the joints, pains in the spine, pain in the neck. Everywhere in the system, you start feeling pain, being exposed. And so the reason why I recommend that it's not a bad idea to go to the ER is because when you go to the ER, they will be able to do a short snapshot to make sure that you are not injured in a very critical way that you might need immediate medical attention. And so going to the ER is great. They might do x-rays and they might discover you might have some fractures going on, which can be needed definitely a little fast attention. And so going to the ER, I emphasize, is important. After you have been cleared from the ER, I think that's where a lot of people lose the way to manage these cases. Because what happens is a lot of times you are told to follow up with your doctor. And that's important. But this is the scenario. It is so important to make sure when you are going to follow up with the doctors that you're going to see they have had training about trauma care. Because a lot of doctors, they are not specialized and they have not taken classes or educated themselves on how to take care of people that have been injured in an auto accident. And so I want to make sure that my audience, you understand that there is nothing wrong going to see your doctor, but make sure whoever you are seeing as your doctor, who you're going to relinquish these responsibilities, is going to be a doctor that definitely works with the people and who has educated himself beyond just being a doctor, how to take care of trauma patient, because that's going to have consequences, better consequences in the future of your life. Welcome back. This is Dr. Duncan, the Dr. Duncan Show. I want just to let you know that we have people ready to receive your call if you have been involved in an accident. You can call our office. Number is 248-398-1650. Once again, you can call us at 248-398-1650. We are open. The lines are open all the time. If you're getting involved in an accident right now and you don't know what to do, we will give you a free consultation with no strings attached. We will give you a free consultation. So if you don't know what to do after the accident, if you don't know whether to see the lawyer first, or whether to go to the ER first, or whether you want to know whether to have a case manager who is going to manage your case, you're in a situation where your mental status has changed and so you cannot really manage your case, we have those folks for you to guide you through this. So give us a call. Once again, the number is 248-398-1650, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.